honestly, I don't understand why I put my hair up in a high ponytail for videos, because later I realized that I hate it because you can't see it and it makes me look bald. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a book haul. It has been an insanely long time since I've done a book haul for you guys. Pretty sure it's been 7 months. Kind of ridiculous, I know. And I will probably have another book haul coming up soon because of Christmas and all of that stuff. So make sure to subscribe so that you won't miss that one either. But I have a little over 25 books here, and I know that some of you guys are like, holy cow, 25 books? But in 7 months, only purchasing 25 books, that is really stinking good for me. And the only reason that I did that good is because I was in a reading slump for so long. So it's not because I'm amazing. It's not that at all, actually. It's because I'm actually lame. That's gonna be enough rambling, I think. I'm going to go through these 25 books, talk about where they came from, typically is how I do this. I don't explain what each book is because I know personally when I watch book hauls, I don't love that someone will haul like 20 books, but the video is like 40 minutes long because they're reading the synopsis off of the back of each book. So I will just leave a list of all of the books that I talk about, and then you can look up the synopsis of yourself if it interests you, because I don't know, and I don't want to talk that much. That's just annoying. Okay, so getting into the books. So the first one that I have is Crescent City by Sarah J Maas, or House of Earth and Blood. I purchased this. Oh, okay, so I helped my mom launch her cupcake business over the summer, and it was like a lot of baking. We stayed up till like 2 a.m. like 2 nights in a row to like get these cupcakes done and ready for her event launch. And my mom repaid me by buying me a bunch of books for my Amazon wish list. So this is one of the ones that I ended up picking out. I have not read this one yet. This book scares me to death. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just hit myself in the head. It's giant, but also I think I have attempted to read this book and I got like through the first chapter and I was, oh yes, see, okay. Yep, I got to chapter 2, literally page 10, and I was so confused. Okay, and I was super confused, so I ended up taking a break from it. I definitely will tackle this one day. The amount of sirens that come through our neighborhood is insane. It's kind of sad. We live in a neighborhood with a bunch of old people and my heart kind of breaks, but I will end up getting to this at some point, just maybe not soon because I just came out of a reading slump and I'm not trying to attack something like this right now. I'm just not. Okay, the next book that I have is The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. I have not read this one either. I was supposed to read it in October. I have a lot of spooky books in here that I got anticipating October to be a really good reading month for me, and it was so bad. I have this book. I think it's like a haunted house kind of feel. I do plan to read this too. Also, I don't know if you guys prefer me to go like by genre, but I'm just doing this randomly. So the next one I have is My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. So this one I actually got because Sydney and I, when we were doing a book club, we aren't doing it anymore. We both were in such bad slumps that we just decided to take a break from the book club. But this was one of the picks for that month, so I had to get it so that I could read it, and I never end up reading it. Maybe I'll get around to this one too. The next one that I got, you guys, A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. So I haven't even read the second book in this series, but I love these neon covers. I know that that might be an unpopular opinion, but I just love them. And this orange is like the perfect orange, I feel like. So this just looks stunning on my shelf. Oh my gosh, this sticker. Hey, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Target has gotten better at their stickers. They come off a little bit easier. They still leave like kind of a sticky residue, but they do come off a lot easier, I've noticed. So the next book that I got is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. So this I actually got at a thrift store. I went thrifting with some friends and I saw this and I didn't own this one yet, so I just decided to pick it up. It was literally 99¢, so I purchased it and I'm really satisfied with it. I just need to find the time to read it. I've seen the movie and I feel like because I've seen the movie it feels kind of weird to like go back and read the book, but I'm going to do it eventually. The next book that I have is Layla by Colleen Hoover. I have read this one. I read this one in October actually, so I did read at least one book, and it was pretty good. I did not love the ending. I know some people are like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. And I feel like I've heard mixed things about this, but I personally have heard more bad things about this book than good things, and I was on the bad end. I didn't really love this one. The next book that I have that has stuff on it is All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. I got this in my Book of the Month box, obviously, hence the Book of the Month emblem. But I got this one because I read A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, and I really, really liked that one. I think I gave that one 4 stars. So when I saw this one, and it's an early release, I had to go with it. So I did pick this one out as my Book of the Month pick for December. The next book that I have is Vampire Academy by Rachel Mead. Okay, so it's really embarrassing that I still have this sticker on my book, but not only the sticker, I have the receipt from when I purchased it still in this book. That is highly embarrassing, so whatever. This I also plan to read in October. Didn't read it. I'm pretty sure I purchased this on a vacation of some kind, I think. I don't actually remember when I got this, but I do want to go through this whole series. I know that Jody on BookTube raves about this series, so I definitely want to get through it. But again, I need to make time for a lot of things. Next book is Zodiac Academy. So I read this with the anticipation of reading the Zodiac books. Then I realized this is the wrong one to start with, because I tried to read this book and I was heavily confused. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. And then I realized it's because this is like, I think this is like the second part. So it's book 1, but it's of the second. It's The Awakening as Told by the Boys. So it's like a different, so I don't know if I spoiled anything for myself, but to be honest, I don't remember it. So I think I'm in the clear. Next, I have Watering the Soul by Courtney Peppernell. I think I got this one on my mountain vacation over the summer, and I did read this one, really loved it. I want to get the other one written by the same author with like another little creature on the front. I think it's called The Way Home or something like that. Super cute. I really love this. It's just like little poetry, and I thought it was super, super cute. So I definitely want to read the other one. Next, I have A Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. This was another one that I got from my Amazon wishlist by helping my mom. So this one I think I've also started, actually. Like I read like 3 pages, but it was just so sci-fi heavy at first that I just like was not in the mood for it, but I do plan to get around to this. Let's just go ahead and say that I plan to get around to all of these books so that I don't have to say that every time I pick up a book. A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. I actually don't remember where I got this book or what for. My assumption is that it was for October, but I didn't get around to it. So yes, I heard really, really good things about this book last year, but by the time I was hearing good things, October was ending and I had too many books to read, so I didn't even like bother to try and purchase it. But I did this year in anticipation to read it, and it didn't happen. This year has been a rough year for me, you guys, but I'm coming back, okay? I can feel it. Okay, next is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. So this one I got at a little bookshop when Jonathan and I went on a vacation down south, and it was a super, super cute local bookshop. Loved it. And this is the 75th anniversary edition of this book, and I really love it. We had planned to like read these books together, and then that fell off like the 3rd night that we tried to do that, but maybe we'll go back to it. But yes. So next up I have Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews, I think is what that is. I need to take the stickers off. This one I got, I want to say in October, and I think I purchased this with the Vampire Academy, actually. And this one just sounded really, really interesting to me. Children are being hid in like their grandmother's house or something. I don't know. It sounded really interesting to me. I still am so like fascinated with this book, so hopefully I will get to it because it just seems really interesting to me. So, okay, next up I have The Score by Elle Kennedy. You will probably see this in an upcoming unhaul because I read The Deal, loved it. Read The Mistake, loved it up until like the last 50 pages, and then I hated it, like instant hate. And I do not plan to read this at all, so I will be unhauling this book, but I did haul it recently, so it's included in this video, but you can see it, you will see it appear in an unhaul video. Okay, so next is a little manga collection. So I don't know if I have already shown you guys like A Sign of Affection volume 1, but this is volume 2 and 3. I got these on a vacation, and I think I've read only the first one. No, I read the second one. I did read the second one. I haven't read the third one though. I love these. It has like deaf community rep, which I love. My mom used to be an interpreter and I learned sign language growing up, and I just really love the deaf community, and I love, you know, communicating with them and all of that. And this has a lot of that, but it's Japanese sign language, which is even cooler. So these have been really, really fun. So I have some more in the series. Next up, I have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. Obviously got this in a Book of the Month box. So for those of you that don't know, The Love Hypothesis is like my all-time favorite book. I wasn't even that big of a romance reader, and that book just really outdid everything and anything that I've ever read. And so when Ali Hazelwood was coming out with another book, obviously I had to pick this one. So pick this one. Haven't read it yet, and I guess it's not that big of a deal that I haven't read them when you're doing a book haul, because obviously it's all recent reads. But the fact that it's been 7 months and I haven't read any of these is just kind of a red flag. I am excited to get to this one. Okay, next up I have Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. This one I believe I started as well. I have started a lot of books in the year of 2022 and have not finished them. I got up to page 52 and I put it down. I think it was like I was not in the fantasy mood or something, and I was just kind of like, no, this is like not for my brain right now. But it did seem really interesting, and I've heard really good things about this series, so I am excited to finish it sometime. Next up is The Kiss Curse, obviously from Book of the Month for October. I didn't get around to this one. It's by the same author that wrote The Ex-Hex. I didn't love The Ex-Hex. I actually hated The Ex-Hex, but I wanted to give this author another chance. So hopefully this one will end up being good still. I don't know. I'm not putting super high expectations on that book at all. Next up I have The Family Game by Catherine Steadman. This one I got, in my October Book of the Month. And this one seems really interesting. It's one of those like snowed in kind of thrillers. I love those, especially like this time of year during the winter. So I do plan to get to this super soon. This is actually one that I am wanting to read this month. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems really interesting. It's literally like a game that's going, like there's rules and all different kinds of stuff. So I think it's going to be really fun. Next up is this like, it's just a different edition of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I also found this at a thrift store for 99 cents. So, you know, I had to get it. I already have like the normal like US covers, but this is a different one. I don't know what country this is. If one of you guys know, please let me know in the comments, because I'm dying to know, because I want to get the rest of them. But I just love this. Like, it's just so, I don't know, like I love it more than like the covers that I have right now. It's so colorful. The art style is perfect. It's the exact mood of Harry Potter. It's just, it's amazing all around. We only have a few more left. Don't worry, you guys. We're almost done. But the next one that I have is Breathless by Amy McCulloch. It literally says a thriller right here. I was about to be like, it's a thriller. Got it from Book of the Month for, it says the May. No, it was in May. I did get this in May, and I planned to read it in December, like in the winter time. So this is another one that I plan to read this month. I'm really excited for it. It's one of those, again, like snowed in thrillers, take place on the mountain. You're secluded and isolated, and I don't know, they either tend to be really good or really, really cheesy. So we'll see where this one takes us. Next up I have From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. I haven't read any of Mariana Zapata's books yet, but I have heard that they're great, and this is one that I have just been really dying to read. So hopefully I'll get around to this one. It is quite large, I feel like. Most of Mariana Zapata's books are large though, so this one is just, I don't know, there's something about the feel of this book that I just really love. It's like really dense and satisfying. Next up I have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This is obviously the book of the year from Book of the Month, and it's complimentary to Book of the Month members. When this time of year comes around, you get a complimentary book of the year. So this is the one that I chose. I could choose between this and 2 other books, but I just went with this one because this is one that I'm most likely to read. I have heard great things about this. Obviously, it's been good because it got Book of the Year. But I also got it with the intent that like my husband would like it too. So we'll see if he ends up liking it. Okay, next up I have Near the Bone by Christina Henry. I have read this one and it's a no from me. Well, I shouldn't say it's a no. I gave it 4 stars because I was enjoying it. Like, it kept me hooked. I was enjoying it throughout like pretty much the whole book. There were a couple things that bothered me, but I just hated the ending so much that it just kind of ruined the whole book for me. But I also am giving the book credit that like it did keep me interested like the whole time, and I only didn't like the book at the very end. So I still ended up giving it 4 stars, but I kind of want to bump down my rating. Next up I have All the Ways the World Can End. I'm pretty sure my sister got me this book. I couldn't tell you what it's about. Oh, everything is ending and beginning at the same time. Things that are ending: Lenny's dad's life, going to school with her best friend Julian, maybe the world. Things that are just beginning, everything else. So seems like kind of one of those fun contemporary kind of like healing stories. So this could be fun, but I have to be in a specific mood for books like this. So we'll see when I get to this. I'm not in a hurry to get to this, but okay. Lastly, you guys, is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan, I think is how you say that. This is another one obviously that's been floating around like Book Talk and Instagram and all of that. Everybody, you know, raves about this book, says they wish they could read this for the first time again. So I think this one will be fun. I don't know much about it, to be honest. I'm one of those people who, when it comes to certain genres of books, I don't need to know much about it in order to just purchase it, and that was one of these moments where I just was like, no, it's probably great, I'll just buy it. So hopefully I'm right, and hopefully you guys didn't lead me astray. But that is all of the books that I have purchased within the last 7 months. I am super excited to get to all of them. Obviously, I don't know how soon that will be, but if you guys want to see me slowly getting through all of these, make sure to subscribe and to stick around. I like to do a lot of vlogs and different themed things, so it's a fun time over here. Feel free to hang out. But yeah, that is pretty much the gist of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and also let me know in the comments if you guys if you own any of these, if you've recently purchased any of these, or if any of these are on your wish list. I would be super interested to know. And I will see you guys next time.